Hey there everyone, happy Saturday. Welcome to today's YouTube video. I want to come on here and give you a couple of very important blog related updates, so please stick around and watch all of the points. I took the time to write them down on paper in case I miss any, and these are just a whole slew of itty bitty things. I want to kind of keep the conversation going with you guys, as I always have whenever something new comes up or changes happen to the channel. Number one, I guess, is if you have not been receiving notifications in your subscription feed and you have been subscribed to my channel for a while, check the go on to either my profile page on my YouTube channel, or if you're just watching this right now, look under the video where it says subscribe. There should be a little bell button. I do highly recommend you to click that bell button, which will let YouTube know to notify you specifically when I upload. I do realize that sometimes I don't get notifications from other channels that I'm subscribed to on my feed, which makes me worry if all of you are getting my subscription and my video updates in your feed when you log on to YouTube. So just doubly check that and make sure you're not missing a thing. I know that not all of my videos are going to be of equal interest to every single one of you out there, but you know, this makes sure that you don't actually miss something that I upload that does interest you. So, second thing we gotta talk about is the fact that I am permanently getting rid of my Facebook page. You may have noticed that I have not been active on there in the last couple of months, and essentially it just came down to I don't use Facebook very much in my personal life, and running it as a social media platform did not make a lot of sense to me. It wasn't organic for me. I had to really remember to go on there and use the Facebook platform, especially because I'm not using it in my personal life. So I thought it was just the right thing to let it go instead of having to, you know, hang on to that and keep thinking about it in the back of my mind and keeping track of all these various social media accounts. So where can you find me otherwise? I am of course here on YouTube and shall continue to be. I'm always there over on my blog, both on p1ep.com as well as Carrots and Chopsticks, which is my food blog, and we'll talk about that and the updates to that in just a couple of minutes. Otherwise, I am also on Twitter sometimes. Twitter handle is the same as my YouTube blog name. As well, I am on Instagram, and that is generally my current preferred mode of social media. Instagram has really upped their game in terms of what you can do on there. I go on Instagram stories quite a lot, especially on the weekends when I have a bit more extra time and when I'm updating you on my sewing projects and whatnot. Instagram now allows you, through Instagram stories, to send video clips back at me or send pictures back at me, instead of just previously where you could just reply to my stories via kind of a typed text message. Now you can send me little videos or whatever that you want. So essentially this replaces Snapchat for me. Snapchat was really short-lived in my life. I couldn't get on with it. There were too many, it wasn't my thing. It felt too messy, it felt too young and all of that stuff. So Instagram is where I prefer to be, so please come join me on there, and I've been interacting with a lot of you there as well. So that's been really fun. Alright, next thing, my food blog. So many of you were so excited when this first came out. I got a couple of recipes out, and then things slowed down just because there were so many other things I needed to be doing, especially with the new job that I had started a couple of months ago. Good news is that I have not forgotten about the food blog, and I do plan on ramping it up a little bit. I just needed some time to look at all of my hobbies and all of my outlets and seeing where to allot my time. And as I've mentioned before, I'm the type of person who can just sit there and be in the zone for hours and hours and then realize I haven't actually had, you know, a cup of water or even had the nap that I was going to take or read my book, and just I can really easily be stuck in that blog zone for a long time, and I didn't want to have that take over my entire life, you know. So kind of rearranging all these aspects of my life, and the blog, the food blog, will still be there. And I have actually now realized that you can download the WordPress app on my iPad. which I got new to help me with productivity, and I can blog from the iPad, which is really cool. So I've been working a little bit on that behind the scenes, getting things prepped and scheduled for future posts that's gonna go up. What you will see on there is just, you know, food that I'm eating, family meals, places I've been to eat, of course, and then occasionally recipes, ingredient focus, and of course the overall theme of Carrots and Chopsticks is still kind of Chinese Canadian food or Asian fusion food in terms of a West Coast perspective. So I have also decided to open a separate Instagram account, Carrots and Chopsticks, for the food blog, because it seemed to make sense to keep some of the social media apart. All of the video recipes, when I do upload them, will still be here on this, my main channel that you're watching right now. I'm not moving that anytime soon, but it felt right to have the separate Instagram, just to separate things. So please come and join me over on there at Carrots and Chopsticks on Instagram, and you'll see a lot of foodie pics. So, all right. Next thing, almost done. Affiliate links is something that I've recently implemented here on my blog and YouTube channel. You may have noticed that from my previous couple of videos. I'm just trying this out for the first time. I've been blogging for years and years, and I haven't really delved into that at all. Essentially, it's a way for me to keep the expenses down, to cover, you know, the behind the scenes things that it takes to run a channel. I invest a lot of my personal money into things like equipment and products and things like that, but it would be nice to have some of that covered. I wanted a way that was not invasive and that was just simple for you and for me, and there's never any obligation for you to have to shop through my link. But of course, if you do, I make a couple bucks, and that really helps things in the long run and cumulatively. So I thank you for that if you have been shopping through my links. And since I'm giving you links for products I'm talking about anyways, it made sense to put the two and two together. So I'm still trying to figure out exactly how that works out, but I have put the new disclaimer and updated all of that info in the new YouTube videos that now have affiliate links. So that is out there for you as well. Okay, last thing, we're almost done. Sewing catalog. I have been doing this whole big decluttering, as I mentioned a couple of videos back, in terms of objects, but also I wanted to organize my sewing patterns. I have started to grow quite a substantial collection, not a huge collection, but substantial. And I did a bit of purging, got rid of some that I don't sew with anymore or that are not my size or my style. My original set of patterns really came from my aunt, whom I inherited her original set of things from. So I purged some of those, organized my new ones, and I've taken the time to kind of take my little iPad and go around and take photos of every single pattern, paper pattern that I own, and I've now uploaded that to my Flickr account, which is where I host all my pictures for my blog, into a single cohesive album. So I'll put the link to the album down below. It is now also up under the sewing tab on my blog, peepandep.com. If you look up at the very top, there are different tabs, and one of them says sewing. That gives you some quick sewing links and things I've been talking about. So you can also see my entire pattern collection, which is currently still being updated, over there as well, and on my Flickr album. It may be interesting for you just to see what I have, to get some inspiration, or even to make a request for something. Who knows? Just letting you know it is up there, and it will be continuously updated. I'm still in the process of changing all the titles, you know, so like they're the correct pattern number and the pattern company number and description. So when I go out and shop for things, I can quickly sort through and find what fabric might go with a pattern I already own. Okay, that was a lot of updates. I hope that this has been really informative for you. I always appreciate you taking the time to come and join me and have our conversation. Any questions and comments and thoughts that you have, feel free to leave them down below for me in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, fingers crossed for shopping the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I'm going next week with a friend of mine, and we're gonna hit it up. So, see you then. Have a wonderful weekend and talk to you very soon. Take care. Bye.